Hello. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year to read your 12 political questions at 12 noon. I take the questions out of the chat between like 11:30 and 12 and twist it around. And so anything in the chat in all caps is how you communicate with me. And other than that, please just type normally. People here have whole conversations and they're really supportive of each other, which is really helpful and wonderful. So thank you for your kindness. We have a fantastic community here. We have a great community because of you. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad you guys like the side panels. I thought they were a little bit mid-century modern. But anyway, we've got 12 great questions today. Oh, man. Okay, so happy birthday, Braden. Braden Jones is a birthday today. Happy birthday. So, hello, William. Hello. Oh, great. I'm glad you like it, K. Rubio. Okay, good. Yeah, the nails. It's a little bluish in here, but yeah, they're matching. Okay. So, there's some glare at the moment, and my hair's wet. So if you see me doing this, I'm looking very Cher-like today. Thank you. That is quite the compliment. Her song was number 1 on the Billboard chart when I was born. So that's it. That's the closest link to Cher I got. Anyway. All right. Yeah, sorry about the wet hair. I just couldn't get it dry in time. So Braden Jones says, I found your live stream that your tummy was growling. Is that how you found me? Seriously? No, seriously, is that how you found me? That's funny. If that's the truth. Okay. All right, anyway. We are, let's see, 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. And we have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And Kristen, of course, brings the fantastic headlines. The headline, Fuego. Thank you. All right. We have a lot of Trump questions right up front. So I will just let anyone who's never been here before, just throw this out there. This is a rather blue channel. We are rather liberal around here. And if you are a Trump supporter, I don't think this is going to be, matter of fact, if you're even just Republican, I don't think you're going to be happy here. So just saying. But of course you're welcome. You know. Oh, thank you, Diane T. Thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. Thank you, Dave. All right, so okay, 4 minutes in, we're starting. Gosh, I hope I read on things. I have my opinions. I really try to just keep my energy out of it. It's like, look, just whatever comes out, comes out. If it's bad, it's bad. I don't pull punches. I don't, twist things to be like, oh, I want it to be better. No. We've had plenty of times when we've seen good things happening to bad people, and it's just like, really? Okay, fine. That's the way it's going to be. And there are days like today when there's something that's come up and I'm just, myself, I'm just like, oh, please let this happen. Oh, please let this happen. But that's not my call. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But if it does, it's going to be a great day for America, everybody. Okay. So at 4 minutes in, Kristen had a great headline. House Committee asked the government to end the Trump hotel lease before Trump can sell it for $370 million, which would give him about $100 million profit. So the question is, allegations of falsifying financial records have led a House committee to request Trump's DC hotel lease be terminated before he can make an estimated $100 million profit off it. I don't think my stomach just growled, did it? I don't know. He falsified it. Why should he make $100 million off of something that was fraud from the beginning? But I get my energy out of it because, unfortunately, the reader energy you have to have at some level is que sera, whatever shall be, shall be. If you're reading. So, will the government shut down the lease before, so Trump does not make money from selling the lease? And whatever they're going to do, they better hurry. Thank you, Braden. Thank you. 7 of cups. Fraud. It was smoke and mirrors. How he got that lease. It's smoke and mirrors. Not even. Seriously. All right. King of Wands. Judgment. Knight of Cups. Empress. 9 of Wands. There's Trump the man facing judgment. Oh, Democratic Knights moving forward. America. Trump world on the defensive. Wow. I'm trying those cards in the middle. That Major Arcana in the middle. Kathy Lamson says, is this just to make a donation to Trump? I'm afraid I don't understand. Moranchi's saying they have nothing. Do you mean the Trump world or the committee? And Taylor B saying, we knew that already. He's the smoke and mirrors guy. Well, Joy Wilson says, hello. Humpty Dumpty owes Deutsche Bank $170 million he used for redecorating Cape Town. Oh, redecorating that hotel. Oh my gosh. Pamela Bryant, stop that lease. Stop that lease. Stop that lease. Oh boy. Desert Dawn says Israel owns the company buying the lease, so Israel will be giving Trump the extra $100,000. I'm not sure. Moranchi says the Trump guys have nothing, so they obstruct justice. That's true. My understanding is it an Israeli company? And look, I saw something in passing. It's probably nothing, but it says something about Dwayne Dwayne Johnson buying that hotel or getting the lease, or that can't be right. But Holly and Friends says the loans were made fraudulently, so banks can recall the loans immediately. So Trump. Oh, considering he totally ignored, he blew the emollients clause is in the Constitution. It's in the Constitution. Oh, it was A-Rod. Thank you, William. It's in the Constitution, and he's blown it off. He blew it off. I was like, he loses that hotel, controlled that hotel on day one of his presidency, and he didn't. And now, Page of Wands, Messenger. Actually, what I'm getting from this is, it was a post office. And it's a government building. And guess which party has the most control of the government right now? Queen of Pentacles. King of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Strength. Three of Cups. They think they're doing fine, but this is the this is the Biden administration, this is Democrats in committees. This is, I think, them being left with very little. Because I've got the Strength card shutting down the Beast, and I've got us, you and I, high-fiving. Michelle Sutherland says it's next door to the IRS. Electrostorm, it is. I agree. It is a beautiful post office. William says we the people own it. Like maybe he'll get some pittance, but the energy is better than I expected. At this point, we're kind of used to, he gets away with everything, but true, Taylor B. Somebody let him do it. That's how he got away with so much. Nobody wanted to touch him out of fear. Well, I don't want to touch him out of fear. Ugh. But I know what you mean. I'm being silly. So any more information? Because, he would go nuts. And of course, he'll be in court. Electrostorm says Jupiter was protecting him, but now it's not. Exactly. And I was watching Andre at Astrology Alert, who did such a great job. And he was just saying, his video about Trump in February, well, this part of February, second half of February, it's not good. And this summer, it just gets worse for him. His chart is in serious decline as far as what energy he has available. Now, if he had been a decent person all the way along, if he had been building up goodwill, if he'd been helping people, I mean, Jimmy Carter, after building all of those homes with his own hands, helping to build those homes to help people. Now, if his chart gets ugly, that the thing, planets start to not favor him, it doesn't have that much of effect. You don't have to everybody's chart is going to have up times and down times. Good energy, bad energy. It just and then it'll move on to something else. It's normal. But it's what you do day to day that adds up to how it's going to affect you when it turns negative, when the energy is not in your favor. If you have a lot of goodwill built up because you've been a good person, it doesn't do that much. If you have been the walking embodiment of all 7 deadly sins, yeah, you're going to have a bad day. You're going to have a bad year. You're going to have a bad several years. All right, anything else? Okay. Pamela Bryan says, Andre has such a soothing voice, and I love it when he explains things going bad for the Orange Menace. I agree. Fran Urbina is saying, I saw that Trump had a party. There were 20 congressmen in Florida. None went to his party. Oh, I'm sure that just made his orange top fly right off. Ooh, really? Trump the man, and he's just a man, not the emperor, barely king of anything. Empress, America, Ace of Wands, actions. Well, of course, he'll take everything to court. He'll fight, of course. Refusal to work with isn't going to make much difference. So, Ronchi says, oh my gosh, Trump is the personification of the 7 deadly sins. I've been saying that from the start. Yeah. Greed, ding. Wrath, ding. Gluttony, ding. Sloth, ding. Desert Dawn says, that would be a great book title. Barely king of anything. Yeah. Oh, is it Matt's birthday? Happy birthday, Matt. All right. But wait, there's more. 17 minutes in. Is Attorney General Letitia James looking to dissolve Grift Co? Those of you who are new around here, Grift Co is what I call the Trump org. Because Kristen had the headline. Thank you, Kristen. Trump's company could be dissolved if New York AG seeks the nuclear option. So is AG James looking to dissolve Grift Co? If she can't jail him, is ending all of his business ventures the end game? Because she can't jail him. It's a civil, she does civil cases, but she can she dissolved their charity. Trump University too, I believe, didn't she? Or did that just go straight down? Or did that just go through the court? But anyway, because that's the kind of sense I had. I assumed that in the Manhattan DA, that he's going after the Trumps criminally. And I assumed that was for the business practices and what have you. And I assumed it was the state that was going to dissolve Grift Co. But I think that would be a part of the Manhattan DA seizing assets. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think there is going to be seizing of assets. Distracted children of the popcorn. Preston Reeves is laughing because he's crying racism. Yeah, I saw that. Please. Frida Smet said, I'm sure he'll ask for unemployment money. Greek Hillbilly says, Andy Bragg was the New York prosecutor that took out Trump. You. Aha, thank you. All right, so is that what Letitia James is going after? Revolution Ricky is asking, is Trump Tower going to be one of them? I think so, but we'll have to see. All right, Letitia James, are you looking to dissolve Trump org? Grift Co. Deseret, that's funny. Thank you, Kim. Deseret just said, Trump saying, I was born a poor black child. whatever would make his grift work. He would say anything. All right. Far right victory. He's had victory all along, and in his mind, he warps everything to try. He try to warps reality to fit what he wants. Doesn't always work. Gosh, that's the card of the thief. Imagine that. 7 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, Hanged Man, Moon, 5 of Cups, flailing. This feels like flailing. Suspension. I feel like suspension of any kind of business license and absolute howling at the moon. Major arcana. And then flailing, trying to stop it from happening. Oh my. The energy on that is fantastic. Thank you, Memories of Echoes. Oh, this is glorious. This is glorious. Okay. Make this a little bit brighter. The light's starting to dim. You know how it gets. There we go. Kikilbe says, what about the Lincoln bus that Trump stole? Was it recovered? I don't know. I would ask the great Google machine about that, to be honest. I think the great Google machine would know better than I. But all right, still trying to get this hair to dry. All right, 2230. It's a date. The judge in the D.C. case against the Trump inaugural committee has been set September 26th. The start date for the trial. Will this case have any influence on the midterms that follow a few short weeks later? Ooh, boy. So, September 26th, case against the Trump inaugural committee. I'm going to have to write down on my notes here to look that up. Hello, Deanne. Oh, geez. Kristen Davis says that Orange Mobster is charging $20 a month for his slimy new social network. So if you want to join Adolf Twitler, you've got to pay him $20 a month. Please. Hello, Mimi. Hello, Marby. September 26th. Case against the inaugural committee. I can feel some of Ivanka panic. Three of Wands. Yeah, you were trying to set up a whole parade of stuff and what have you, and lo and behold, oh, I'm sorry, did I actually bump that computer and jack the prices up on everything that would benefit me? Oh, I'm sorry. 8 of Cups, Tower, Empress, 6 of Swords, son. Who's going to prison? Well, this might actually be just having to go for the court and like leaving Florida. This is evidence. Evidence has been gathered because real problems for everyone involved in the inauguration committee. We will see it. I think I need more cards. Dan, I don't wear them all day, so. But yes, I know what you mean about having trouble using your phone when you have long nails. Oh yeah. I try to wear them for my afternoon live stream as well. So in the time between the two, if I'm trying to use my phone or for something, it's. Okay, it feels like it's just 3 cards. Inauguration committee. That's Ivanka. 8 of Swords. Judgment. Can you see? Do you see? Being hemmed in. Judgment. Poverty. Out in the cold. Poverty. Card for Ivanka for the reading. Let me grab a pen and make a note. All right, back here. September 26th. Is going to be the inauguration committee. Trial starts. I will have to look up the astrology of that. I'm planning on actually having a day soon where I'm going to cover a lot of the stuff that I'm going to cover a lot of the stuff I've made notes on, a lot of the big topics we've wondered about. I'll just bring in astrology charts that day, and I'll do the U.S. Post Office, the midterms in 2022, and the September 6th inauguration committee trial. So I'll put something up on the community post, and as soon as I figure out which day I'm going to do, I'll ask if you guys have any other things you want me to look up the astrology on. So, all right. It is 29 minutes in. Oh boy, this is kind of scary. So 29 minutes in. Now the question is if, I don't think he will be. I haven't seen anything that says he will be, ever, not once. But if Trump were to be reelected, if he was reelected in 2024, would many versions of the January 6th insurrection happen maybe in various cities or places every time he was angered by a legal decision or something? I mean, would he turn that kind of mob violence into his way of governing? Or if a Trump wannabe, basically fascist, gets in? Is that what's going to, is that what would happen? I'll just do 3 cards. Thought experiment, if Trump got it back in 2024, would this kind of violent insurrection become a normal thing? Knight of Wands. That would be the organized violence, riots. Very scary. I agree, Marie Wells. 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Justice. It feels like the judicial branch of the government just creaking under the strain. It would hold, but the amount of pressure that the judicial system would come under would be epic. I'm just hearing. I'm hearing it's like this entire branch of government. It's like on. Yeah, it's like in some building and it's under pressure, like on an old one of the old wooden ships, the big wooden ships. It just feels like it's just immense pressure and it's just creaking. And guess who would line his pockets left, right, and center? But they would have trouble. They would have trouble getting their brown shirts the kind of carte blanche that they would want. Oh goodness. Moranchi says, can you ask about climate change in Western Europe? We have winds up to 140 kilometers an hour. I'm guessing that's I'm so sorry. In this country, we're like one of the last places still using this imperial nonsense. Any idea how much 140, I'm sorry, kilometers an hour is in miles? I'm sorry. My ignorance can be very embarrassing at times, and this is one of them. Have a great day, Linda. They wouldn't succeed. All right, 33 minutes in. I like this question. Kristen brought the headline, Judge forcing Trump to testify caps off an epically terrible week for him, says a legal analyst. The question I got is, how is Trump coping at the end of his no good, very bad week? Let's have a look. Mel Broussard, 84 miles an hour? 85 is hurricane strength. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got my questions for today. Between 60 and 65. That's tropical storm. That's almost hurricane strength, isn't it? Is it 65 or 85? I think it's 65 is hurricane strength. Climate change. I have got my questions for today, but climate change is going to be bad everywhere. It just is. I'm so sorry to say. I wish I had better news. Kristen Davis is asking, can't they stop him from running because of what he did with the classified documents? I don't know. 3430. So how is Trump coping at the end of his no good, very bad week? 75 miles an hour is hurricane strength, says Ricky. Thank you. Geek Hillbilly, Les Crawley. Thank you, guys. Thank you. How is Trump coping at the end of his very bad week? Where are you? You know, I think his whole life would have been better if he had been allowed to cry as a child. Wouldn't have made everything better. But all I want is this Trump is a category 6. That's true. I feel very fortunate in many respects. I am totally blessed. I'm totally, totally blessed. Even with the any grief and pain I've had in my life, I've had a roof over my head, and I've had food in my stomach, and I am so blessed that my parents love me and show it. That's massive, and I cannot complain about anything. There's a reason I was telling you that. It's really hard. How's Trump doing? There's a reason I was telling you that. I can't remember. Oh, that was it. Emotional intelligence. One of the things I feel very, very fortunate about is that I was always a huge reader. We were moving all the time. I changed schools almost every year. But I loved books and novels and what have you. And I read all the time. And what they have found is people who read a lot have more emotional intelligence, because when you're immersed in a book, you are seeing things from other people's perspective. You're seeing the different problems people have to cope with. You're thinking in your mind, well, what would I do in this situation? Or, oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, I hope this works out. This person's trying so hard. All of this stuff, it gives you emotional intelligence. Desrat, yes, Autumn is close to my heart. We are readers. Guess who didn't read a lot growing up? And if it's dyslexia, if you're having trouble reading, I totally get that. But there hasn't been any talk of that with Trump. If something has his name in it, he's just all over it. What a waste. Ace of Cups. Very emotional. Seriously, if he could just sit down and cry and get it out, I think he'd be able to cope with things better. But I don't know. I'm just getting this. He really should cry. He really should just get it out, let it out. But he can't. Three of Cups, King of Cups, Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Hermit. Delusion. Can you say delusional? The Democrats are coming after him, and no one has ever been a greater victim than me. That garbage he does. But he's being hemmed in, and they're trying to work out a strategy. But this scrutiny, this feels like it's a statue in a Lord of the Rings story, where it's like this tall, like looking down over his puny little plans. This is a forensic accountants, it's investigators, it's scrutiny. And so he's got that feeling of being hemmed in. He feels like the other side is just winning and he's being victimized. And whatever plans he come up with, they're just not working. They won't work. They're not possible. He's running out of options, but he cannot process his emotions. He can't process. Norman Vincent Peale with his power of positive thinking, was that it? Norman Vincent Peale officiated Trump's second wedding. He and his father were big into that. You just say positive things all the time, and that's what happens. But it means you don't process. You have to feel your feelings. You got to feel your feels to process, and he's not. And so it's. Hippie Sue says, I always say you gain life force back when you cry. It's also the fastest way to get stress chemicals out of your body. Just come on, just leak them out of your eyes. It's what it's built for. So, all right, at 41:30. Thank you guys for being here. I so look forward to spending time with you guys. You were awesome. All right, 41:30. Where are we? 41:30. Okay, so the news is State Judiciary Chairman Dick Durbin says he'd like to get President Biden's Supreme Court nominee confirmed by April 9th. Electra Storm says, I'm not a book reader, but I do cry a lot. Well, no, you don't have to be a book reader. I'm just saying it's one good way to get emotional intelligence. And you got to feel your feelings. Sheila R. says he was taught that emotions are weakness. Yes. MSU says, I call them divine tears. Oh. Oh, you're great, C. Johnson. Thank you. Okay. So, will Dick Durbin's push to get Biden's SCOTUS nominee through by April 9th make it past the GOP? Confirmed by April 9th. That is Electra Storm says it is next week that he chooses the Supreme Court pick, right? I don't know. Honestly, I haven't heard. April 9th is a Saturday. Ricky says crime makes us all human. It shows us we are compassionate and have love in our hearts. Mm-hmm. All right, the Supreme Court pick. I'm getting such a sense that we are going to like her. The energy on this is just giddy. It's like fizzing. It's so positive. Like drinking a fizzy soda. Oh, Laurel. Big hug. Pamela Bryan says Biden announced he would give the name of the person for the Supreme Court the end of February. Okay. Nine of Swords. Well, whoever it is, she's going to be just raked over the coals one way and back the other, and don't even bother turning on Fox News. Whoever he picks is going to be the worst person possible. This is the end of everything we've ever known, and the end is nigh, and it's the end of the world as they know it. And I feel fine. I feel great, actually. I'm getting bubbles. fizzy. The energy's fizzy. It's very happy. 7 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Oh. You're going to have first of all, I'm glad we don't have Jim Jordan in the Senate, but you're going to have something Jim Jordan-ish. Some of these Republican guys are going to show their backsides. They are going to be so awful. And McConnell is going to do everything. Supreme Court nominee, this if there's a procedure McConnell can use, if there are heinous things that Republican senators can say, they will do anything to stop. Anything they can. I'm not saying they're going to be successful, but they will do anything they can to stop Biden getting a nominee on the bench. Because McConnell has it in his pointy little head that if he can somehow stop this, that because he assumes Republicans will win in the midterms, then Republicans will be in charge of the Senate. They can block and keep a seat open for years if need be until there's a Republican president and they get another seat on the court. And if you think that McConnell wouldn't do something like that, you haven't been paying attention. Labrat says Manchin and Sinema will stop it. Stop this, Biden's nominee going through. Thank you, Catherine Rodriguez. Oh, Danielle, the spirit scribe. Gotta go. Dogs are barking. Time for a walk. Yeah, my dogs are barking too. Just kidding. Supreme Court nomination. Seven of Swords, thief. Theft. Justice. Devil. 6 of Cups. Well, there's Biden just doing the normal, oh, this is my nominee, and, let me introduce her, and, the normal kind of things that the old-fashioned actual governing kind of thing. But all the far right aligned against, ready to pounce. The Supreme Court itself is so far to the right, it's just crazy town. But no, Biden's going to just go forward, and then far right. Linda Mercury says, feeling sorry for Trump's attorneys at this point. Can you imagine trying to rein him in like herding cats? Oh, you can't. You just can't. So what's going to happen? We have that the right's going to go absolutely nuts, of course. But will this nominee get through, become justice? Oh boy, I wonder if somebody's going to make something up and they're going to try to create a Blasey Ford I like beer situation, but completely fake. Something. Page of Pentacles. There could be some dirty tricks here. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Swords, Tower. High Priestess, King of Wands. I'm not getting this. I'm not saying this that she won't get in. I'm just saying I am getting nothing but just this awful. The right, they're freaking out. I mean, it's not like Biden's replacing a conservative justice, but they're acting like it is just the end of the world. But here are Trump's secrets. Something about Trump's secrets. So I wonder if they are desperate to keep the seat open. Oh, that's what it is. They're desperate to keep the seat open. So that there's more of a far-right majority on the court, because they know what's coming from like the January 6th committee and what have you. And then as they challenge stuff like that, oh, this is infuriating. Oh, Deborah Murphy. I had breakfast of scrambled eggs, bacon, and French toast. Oh, I'm vegan, but man, that sounds good. Oh, is Lucky Girl here? Hello. Wonderful Lucky Girl. There. Ah. All right. Oh, I'm not liking this. I mean, like, I'm getting annoyed. William says, you guys are making me hungry. I know, right? I have my little protein powder shake stuff in my coffee. Got about half a cup left. Mary Rose, I'm vegan too. Good. Hello, Lucky Girl. All right. I've got to look at this a little bit more. 53 minutes in. Will Republicans successfully keep the Supreme Court seat open for a while, for a good while? I'm not going to say years or anything like that, but and then I've got to just get rid of this so I can save it, because it doesn't look like it says like I'm taking up too much space. Yeah, sorry about this. Take me just a second. There. Oh, I'm about to get really mad if this is what's going on. Fran Urbina said, I made lemon lime juice after Autumn was talking about it. Oh, the limeade? Lemon limeade? Good. Deborah Murphy is saying, please do and help us pray. Excuse me, the Republicans go AWOL on this. Pamela Bryant says, here we go. On the count, I think you meant count of three, positive energy to the newly appointed for SCOTUS. 1, 2, 3, positive energy toward the new nominee, Biden's nominee to be Supreme Court. Beautiful positive energy. Absolutely golden. Okay. Good idea. Thank you. So are Republicans going to successfully keep the Supreme Court seat open? Oh, I'm feeling some panic on that side. Oh boy. Wishing they could just go back to fighting over issues and doing their Benghazi garbage. Geek Hillbilly saying no. I hope you're right. William says Republicans will fall on their own swords. Lies, smoke, chaff. Panic. This is nuts. You would think, what's the big deal? It's a big deal to them because they are really, really afraid. And having more allies, if the Democrats getting more allies, that's just totally unacceptable. 10 of Wands, Knight of Cups. Oh, but Democrats will fight back. And they're coming after people who broke the law. There's the World card and it feels like Biden's administration, Democratic senators moving forward, and then there's an ending to this, and the Republican dynasty. It's like they have to huddle, get back together and try to figure out what they're going to do. Beverly is one happy Capricorn. Just took chicken out of the freezer. Love chicken and dumplings. Nice. And I have limeade in the fridge. Nice. Gardein is making some amazing chicken tenders, chicken fillets, breaded. They're vegan, but oh my gosh. Best thing ever. It is not Lent yet, Deanne. I can't remember when Lent is, but it's not yet. Otherwise, my entire family would be walking around with ashes. Geek Hillbilly says a lot of the GOP in the House and Senate will be taken out by the January 6th committee investigation. I think that's part of why they're panicking. Etha Volpe says, hey, y'all, please remember Senator Schumer can and will invoke the McConnell rule. We'll only need 51 votes. In theory. Four of Swords. All right, Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands, 10 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. They're going to lose. The Republicans, they will lose, and then they have to replan. They have to start huddling. It's whatever they're trying to do, it's not going to work. They want to stop it, but they just don't have what they need. But they're going to fight like the Dickens. Electra Storm says we still have to worry about Manchin Sinema. That's true. Shall we look? This is very important. And don't forget, I am here 365 days of the year. I'm here every single day. You can't get rid of me. Try as you might. It's Manchin and Sinema. Sinema. Will they block Biden's SCOTUS nominee? And it says, description's too long. How much do I have to get rid of? Oh, that works. Okay. So let's go down to here. Will Manchin and Sinema block Biden's Supreme Court nominee? Where are we? 101 and a bit. Okay. All right. Will. Sorry, I'm trying to get some circulation back in my legs. I've been so tense, reading on this stuff. Manchin, 3 for Manchin, 3 for Sinema. All right, people. Are you going to block Biden's Supreme Court nominee? I'm going to block Biden's Supreme Court nominee. Three for Manchin and 3 for Sinema. Hemmed in, legally hemmed in, could be not enough votes. That's what we're worried about. They have swords. All right, Manchin. World. 9 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. This is Republican sitting pretty. This is money he ends up getting. But there's something here. This World card, even where it starts. This is not an end to that nominee's. It's almost like, it's weird as it sounds. It's almost like he votes on this and then goes back to all of his other, just going back to all Republican. He votes Republican up and down. But it doesn't. It's not. He might vote for this nominee. Now, Sinema's going to. I don't have to turn this over to tell you, and it's not going to be a big shock to you. Sinema's going to go to the highest bidder. King of Swords, Queen of Cups, 3 of Wands. Actually, I'm surprised. She might. The far right may have to look elsewhere. She actually might vote for this nominee. This energy is better than I expected. Pamela Bryant is saying Manchin's company is currently embroiled in a lawsuit in West Virginia. And it's something about, Hillbilly was saying that Manchin's got some major problems at home. The miners that work for him are about to strike. CC Ryder says, remember, if Biden picks the candidate from South Carolina, Graham will have to vote yes for her after he publicly praised her. We might get a few GOP votes. I hope you feel better, Sharon. This is really important. That's why I'm still looking. Oh, all right, we're doing 5. 5 it is. Okay. Ace of Cups. It's the beginning of, this would be good. This is the beginning of, it's the rise of democratic power, but it's also the beginning of a democratic energy, like getting a liberal Supreme Court justice on the bench. 6 of Wands, Tower. 2 of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. King of Wands. They thought they were riding high. McConnell was riding high, and then the election happened. And now there is, the decisions have to be made, but Trump is in less and less of a position to have an influence. He has less and less influence as the days go by, and the more he's in the news about the legal troubles he's in and about to be in, and so he doesn't have the force that he had to make people do his far right bidding. McConnell lost power. So there's a chance. There's a chance that we'll have some decisions here that are beneficial. Well, let's hope. Let's hope. Better than it being all gloom and doom, but that's what I'm getting. Joanne says, Russia planning a post-invasion arrest and, oh my goodness, a campaign in Ukraine. U.S. officials say a detailed list of people. Where did Putin get their names from? Well, there was a Putin puppet in there a few years ago. It wouldn't be hard. Pamela Bryant says, I'm beginning to feel that the turtle has less and less influence as the days go by as well. Could be. All right, 108 and just a bit. Liz Cheney. Will Liz Cheney win her primary against her Trumpish opponent? This question is from La Jane or LA Jane. Not sure which one. Liz Cheney. I'm glad she's on our side. For anybody who's new here, I always say about Cheney, it's so good she's on our side right now. Do not trust her. She is going, every fiber of my being say she's going to take, when this is over, she's going to take every bit of goodwill with Democrats that she's built up, and she is going to set it on fire. She is going to burn through it. She is Republican. She is right wing. She's not obviously she's not into what do you call it, authoritarianism. But do not think she's a moderate. She'll come over to our side here and there. No, nay. But she is, in theory, she's up against a primary challenger, I believe. Deanne says, I agree about Cheney. Thank you, Susan. So, is it, Is a primary challenger, I'm guessing. Liz Cheney. I was getting before that should be in government for a long time, but maybe not. Nine of Pentacles. A lack of votes, but it's not, it's just Republican lack of votes. Queen of Pentacles, that's her. She's gathering evidence against the January 6th insurrectionists. Two of Wands, far right communication. Six of Swords, some people being sent up the river. And Eight of Wands, more right wing, throw everything at the wall you can. It's what people feel about the January 6th committee ultimately. Whether she wins or her Trumpish challenger wins, this is all about the committee, what's going on with the committee, what she's doing. And do people take what she says to heart? Does anybody know when the her primary challenge is? Is it like now? Is it going to be really soon? Is it going to be sooner than they're talking about having the January 6th, where they the hearings, or where they just lay everything out? Yes, Kristen Davis. Too bad a Dem can't take her seat. Pamela Bryan says, oh, believe me, if she loses this representative election, she'll be back, maybe as a senator, maybe even a presidential candidate. Yeah, we'll see her again. I think so. Yeah. Red Mambu is saying, Ron Johnson's running a lot of ads telling us how good he is, followed by Pepto commercials, Pepto-Bismol. People outside of the country, Pepto-Bismol is it's bismuth is what it is. It's coats and settle your stomach from nausea. And August 16th, 2020, up for re-election, says be kind. Okay, so is that the primary? And then the actual elections November? Because if the primary isn't until August, it's the January 6th, everything that comes out with the January 6th commission that people are going to be like, ooh. Rasson Reed says, I feel like she does something bigger. I do too. Seriously. But I don't know if that's going to be now or in the future. Two of Swords. Choices, decisions. The primary is in August. Oh yeah, then it's going to be all about how this goes. The January 6th Select Committee report and whatnot. World. 10 of Wands, 6 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and she is going to lay it all out. She's going to burn bridges. She's going to lay it all out. So what are her voters going to think of that? Because, I mean, you guys remember the last public thing that the committee did, and Benny Thompson was like, we're not going to litigate things now. We're not going to lay out all the evidence here, but we are going to talk about this one thing. And now I'll turn things over to my co-chair of the committee. And Liz Cheney was like, is this on? Okay. All right. Let me lay it out for you. These are the tweets that we've been seeing. This is this by this person. This is that. This is this. This is that. This is that. It's just... And Tom's are just like, okay, we're not going to lay everything out. This is just like, oh, heck no, we're laying this out. This jerk tweeted this person saying that, this person said this. It's just like, okay. Hi. I hope her voters open their eyes, C. Johnson, but Cheney, Montana? Is that right? Or is it Montana or somewhere else? King of Swords. Prosecutions, legal stuff. She makes a resurgence. She hasn't been raising as much money. Things have been a little tight, but once Wyoming, thank you guys, thank you. But once all this comes out, her star rises. So that's what I'm getting there. Wyoming. All right, at 1:16:30. Very tiring today. I don't know why. The energy is just 1:16:30. So all right. We have to kind of make sense of this. So okay. The State Department has given preliminary approval to sell Poland $6 billion worth of battle tanks and other equipment in the hopes to bolster NATO's defense capabilities along the alliance's eastern flank. This is coming right off the heels of the U.S. deporting. I think they mean deploying. I think is the word they're looking for. Deporting. Deploying 4,700 troops to Poland for the same reason. Is Putin planning on stopping at Ukraine? Or is he coming after Europe too? Killbilly says a bottle of my meds has gone missing. Ooh. They look like opioids, but what they got was a hyper laxative. Someone is in for one heck of a surprise. Atavolpe says 97% full moon tonight, energy sapping. C. Johnson says, me too, tired, feeling like I need a nap. Rasslin reads, I'm too tired. All right, Putin. So, you big moron. Going to try to take Ukraine and then the world. Nine of Swords. He really is. I'm sorry to make so many references to Hitler, but this is actually relevant. One of the things about that made Hitler so angry, he had many. Anyway, the point is, one of the things that made him so angry was when the Germans lost World War I, and signed the Treaty of Versailles. He felt that the government had betrayed the people and blah, blah, blah. And that Germany needed to rise again, and well, Putin, when the Soviet Union broke apart, I wonder just how much that upset Putin, because he's not lacking for self-confidence. Tower. 2 of Wands. Page of Cups. Oh, wussy liberal. And he has $1 billion house. And he's got secrets. I picked this up yesterday when someone said, when it was something like, when is Putin going to invade Ukraine? And I got very clearly, he's already started. And this is that too. His communications attacking Ukraine. It feels like it's happening. NATO. But he has a lot of power, and he has delusions of grandeur. I mean, it's getting to the point where it's like, wow, we thought Lenin had delusions of grandeur. Polly Wanda says, has Trump ever truly laughed? The guy, he doesn't tell jokes. He doesn't. Yeah. So what's your vision, Putin? Seriously, why can't you just go home and roll around in your money? Your vault of gold coins, just go roll around in that. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Wands. 10 of Wands. Hermit. Magician. Temperance. If he could snatch a few more countries, he would. Oh yeah, he would. But it's there's too much attention on him and what have you. Why? Why? In the chat, you guys are talking about Trump doesn't like pets or children. Oh yeah, just like me. I don't like pets at all. Not a bit. I can't even say that with a straight face. Okay, 124.30. Oh, this is just sad. All right, we're gonna go through something sad, and then we'll get on to something a little more. Then we'll do I was gonna say the funny, the ridiculous thing until last, but we'll have to do it after this because this is sad. All right. After the child tax credit expired in December, child poverty in the U.S. rose by over 41% in January. With inflation not going away and the pandemic still in our midst, will Manchin and the GOP help save America's children? Just gonna make growling noises. Yeah, Cheryl, there's seniors starving and oh, you're right. Red Bamboo. Yeah, they're pro-life. But if children are starving, oh well. That's not my problem. That's why I decided a long time ago. It's like if as I have any success, if I have any income, 10% of my income is going to help feed people, help charities, help children, help abuse victims, help whatever established charities there are, so that however I do, any success I have, it's going to draft right. There's going to be this constant stream into helping, because I just can't take it. I cannot. I have to do something. And I'm a total pushover, and I know that. So I have to keep very strong walls up, because someone gets close to me and they're like, oh, I'm in need. I'm like, here, take it. And then I have nothing for like rent. Charity. There are still, oh my gosh. What is the line from Christmas Carol? The two men come to his office in the first scene, or whenever it was, and they're saying, could you make a donation to the poor and the sick? And he says, aren't there still workhouses? Aren't there still if the children are hungry, aren't there food banks somewhere they can go to? Judgment, Knight of Wands, Tower, Chariot. Please help these kids. It's going to hurt Republicans in the midterms, but I don't want it to hurt Republicans in the midterms. I want children to not be hungry. Thank you, Michael Rini. Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Thank you. Geek Hillbilly. Are there not workhouses? Are there not prisons? Yep. Betty Harper saying, yeah, I've been thinking to myself, you're so mean. Yeah. This is just infuriating. I'm not seeing. All right, how about next year? I know it's a long way away, but I'm trying to come up with something here. Because I've been picking up that Democrats, get that right. Democrats will do very well at the midterms. So will we this year or next year, will we get things that will help with child poverty, help with senior help with the poor? That's good. That's good energy, right? Card for the reading. Fran Urbina saying, Autumn, lots of chocolate. Oh, there's going to be cocoa after this. Oh, yeah. Geek Hillbilly says, best live action version of A Christmas Carol I've seen is the 1999 one with Patrick Stewart as Scrooge. Patrick Stewart is an international treasure. Yeah. I think they made an kind of audio version of that too, that they put out, and he's phenomenal. 8 of Wands, Page of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, High Priestess. Yeah, these are all the Republican. I'm sitting here. I have fantastic health insurance. I have my mansion that I live in. I'm jetting back and forth. I'm fine. The far right, you'll be fine too if you'll just work harder. But this is, you're done. People are sick of it. People are sick of suffering, and this whole let's give more money to corporations. Yeah. That's true, Geek Hillbilly. Try Interstellar Treasure, since he did play Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Yes. Infuriating. The thing I like about Star Wars is the Force, minus the midichlorian, whatever the heck that was. But I like Star Trek. I just do. And I'm pretty sure I've watched all of it. I've watched Enterprise. I've watched all of Deep Space Nine a couple of times. Of course, Next Generation many times. I'm pretty sure I've seen all the original. I've seen all of Voyager. The new one, Discovery. Discovery? Is that it? That's good. I'm liking that one. Yeah, I just like it. I just like this idea of this inclusivity and this idea of going out and exploring and what it's going to be like being out there. And Sherry H, I like that. I always liked Star Trek because it showed what we can become if we put our minds to it. That's what I like too. I like the optimism of it, that we're going to make it through, that we're going to, that we can put difficulties aside and work together and build things that, I mean, I loved the space station, that amazing space station in the Star Trek movie. Is it something about darkness? It was the most recent one with Chris Pine. And then it was that it was like glass encased sphere with the city built. That was amazing. It's like, yes, that's what we should do. Stuff like that. Okay. Fran Urbina says, can't Biden pass something on his own? I'm not sure, to be honest. The House really does have the purse strings, but Geek Hillbilly says Star Trek Continues is a fan-made series, very well made. It's on YouTube. Oh, thank you. Thank you, M. Thank you. Appreciate it. Red Mambu says, love the storylines. And Jolie S says, I'm just starting to watch Stargate SG-1. I think that's good. Never watched it when it first came out. Oh, I loved Stargate SG-1. I know. Especially once you hit like season 2 and beyond. There's some good stuff in there. I'd say some things, but I don't want to spoil it. So okay. Julie, I think you'll enjoy it. All right. Where am I? Okay, so I told you we're going to go look at the ridiculous. 136. Mel Broussard, you had a question. We're going to cover it because Ted Nugent. So you already know where we're going. Ted Nugent. Need I say more? He is joining the truckers' convoy across the U.S. going to D.C., I believe. Now, GM Dave says, I like the Star Trek way. Science, peaceful exploration. Totally down. Oh, thank you, Mel. So Ted Nugent. Okay, this is my understanding. The reason that a truckers blockade of Washington, D.C., certainly around Congress or the White House, isn't going to work. Do you guys remember Olympus Has Fallen? Where basically the White House is taken over by terrorists. They block. This is not really a spoiler. I'm pretty sure it's in the trailer. They block streets with like great big dump trucks and things. Trust me, the DC police, military, Secret Service, whomever, they have things that they can remove large objects, large vehicles very quickly. Oh, yeah. Because there's too much chance of terrorists sort of piggybacking on that. So anyway, Ted Nugent has joined the truckers going to D.C. Geek Hillbilly says depleted uranium ordnance. What is that? Pamela Bryant, Gerard Butler, Linda G's heartthrob. Yeah, that's true. I love that she has a cardboard. I don't know if there's anybody here who doesn't watch Linda G. I'd be amazed. But she has a cardboard cutout of Gerard Butler. And she'll every once in a while we'll be there and she'll be like, oh, well, we're going to go, we're having dinner, or that's funny. Sherry H says they also have rocket launchers which can incinerate large objects. Jeez. Melver Star says maybe Ted will come down with cat scratch fever and have to leave the convoy, especially if it doesn't look too successful. Ellen Kelly is saying, oh, you mean has been Ted? I care more about the convoy than I do about Ted Nugent. Let's see. I think if you're at one of the truck stops along the way and you overheard them talking, you'd just be rolling your eyes. Geek Hilly says almost nothing can stop such a round. Goes through armor steel like a hot knife through butter. Oh, jeez. Polly Wanda says, give me humor or give me death. I like it. 5 of, yeah, we're going to cause a ruckus. Yeah, that went so well on January 6th. Deb Z says, what is wrong with these idiots? Okay, moon card. 2 of Cups, World. 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. They're just, it's kind of minor arcana. They try to upset people about what Democrats are doing. They'll try, so they're starting out, they're trying to cause a ruckus. Trying to upset people about what Democrats are doing. They'll keep on this kind of minor arcana, trying to foment garbage. But I'm getting a big old, this is not going to work. A big old ending, end of chapter, end of book, end of convoy, end of protest, end of, and then they'll move out of DC somewhere nearby, or they'll, I don't know what, they'll do something, but it's Thank you, Geek Hillbilly. Ay. Oh, look at that. Chariot. Convoy. Worried. Let's see if there's anything else here. So, are these idiots really going to go try to block things in DC? Kevin said that's a big 10-4, good buddy. All right, energy's coming right off, the cards are coming right off the top of the deck, so very straightforward. Oh, this is the energy on will they successfully blockade DC energy is straight, strong, and going. No, this is a throwaway, energetic throwaway, and Queen of Wands. You think you can do this, huh? You're all following the fascism playbook, and you're fools. Fascist actions. Fools making fascist actions. Surprise. 6 of Cups, lying about what the Democrats are doing. Ace of Pentacles. And then they end up on the defensive. This doesn't even feel this. It's going to be expensive to move them if they try. If they try, it's going to be expensive to move them. They will be arrested. They will be fined. And DC will get judgments against them that they will have to pay for removal of everything they've tried to block. Oh, it's not good. It's going to be good for them. Nope. Nil point. All right. That's going to do it for me for today. But I've got a few more questions. I'll put them in tomorrow. And but there'll be more spaces tomorrow. I take your questions from between like 11:30 and noon, Chicago time. Hello from Chicago. Goodbye from Chicago. Until tomorrow. More like see you later. It is 1:50 p.m. here in Chicago, and it's so in 2 hours and 10 minutes, I'll be over at 4 o'clock. I'll be over at the Book Art Media channel doing creative sprints. We're there every day working on that. And other than that, yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow. And I'll take more of your questions, and we'll see what we can find in the collective energy. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. You are so great. I am so grateful. All right. You take care. And don't forget, there are good days ahead. There are good days ahead. All right. Hang in there. See you later.